Good morning, everyone. It's January 24th, 2019. DoJ study. Gun control doesn't work because criminals get their guns illegally. I prefer not to think of myself as a criminal, but rather acting in the free manner in which we are supposed to be. Simply possessing a gun or some other substance, it really doesn't make one a criminal. Alright, so it took the United States government's Department of Justice an entire study dedicated to gun use and criminals to figure out what logical human beings have already understood for decades. The result of their own study found that gun control laws will never work because criminals will never use legal channels to obtain guns. Now, I certainly wouldn't. I mean, we're talking about a government who, a lot of its members openly talk about how they would like to disarm the population. And we have a world body called the United Nations that has the same narrative. According to Fox 5, the findings based on the 2016 survey of prison inmates discovered that about 1 in 5, or 21% of all state and federal prisoners reported that they had possessed or carried a firearm when they committed the offense for which they were serving time in prison. The survey released by the DoJ this month declared that criminals, unsurprisingly, rely on the black market for their guns. Well, if that's the case, then I guess I am a criminal because I would never, ever purchase a gun any other way. According to the study, an estimated 287,400 prisoners has possessed a firearm during their offense. The findings concluded 6% had stolen the weapon, 7% found it at a crime scene, and 43% obtained it off the street or on the black market. More than 25% had received it from family members or friends or as a gift. So, you know, this notion that taking guns away from average, hardworking, everyday Americans to stop mass shootings and crime is utterly absurd on its face. There's another one here. Right here. Mass shootings in 2018 killed 68 Americans, and the mass media freaked out. Illegal immigrants murdered 2,000 people, and MSM is silent. This comes from Natural News, by the way. Alright. It's astonishing how at least 200 million Americans have no clue what's really going on in the country regarding deaths caused by illegal immigrants, prescription medications, vaccines, hospital superbugs, chemotherapy, and hospital surgical errors. That's because the mainstream media, aka MSM, purposely fails to report on any of it. What most people fail to realize also is that nearly every TV station and newspaper is biased news that covers up all the atrocities caused by whatever makes the corporations money or ensures more people voting for Democrats. Every year in America, illegal immigrants flood across the border, bringing with them drugs, crimes, infectious disease, and likely votes for more crooked Democrat politicians. Let me stop right there for a moment. This individual, whoever the author is, S.D. Wells, you can clearly see their own bias because they make no mention of the crooked, pedophilic Republican or right-wing politicians, right? And a lot of these right-wing politicians, believe it or not, do support illegal aliens because it provides cheap labor for companies that, gives them campaign donations. So you can't get the truth, full truth anyway, from either side because each side is biased towards their particular wing, whether it be left or right wing. Though some illegal aliens are innocent humans seeking a better life, many are also criminals who will rob, rape, and kill to get theirs. And that's true, they will, but what they're also forgetting to add there is many Americans, white, black, Mexican alike, will rob, rape, and kill to get theirs. Human beings in general, right? Excuse me. When a mass shooting occurs in America, the news is plastered all across the networks, newspapers, and fake news websites like CNN and Vox. And let's not forget BuzzFeed and what was that other one, our fact checker website. You know, the one with the crazy cat people. What was that called? I forget. But if you hate fake news, bad news, and twisted news, kill your television and burn the newspaper in your fireplace. Then cancel your subscriptions. The main reason mass shooting news is all you see after one occurs is because it riles up emotions of citizens, so everyone will vote for gun control, which is really total gun confiscation in disguise. Every death of an innocent person in a mass shooting is a complete tragedy, but the numbers pale in comparison to the innocent Americans dying at the hands of violent illegal immigrants. I agree that it's all about total gun confiscation. But something else. Why is it every time a cop wrongfully shoots somebody who's compliant, unarmed, or running away, you don't hear any side calling for the disarmament of them, do you? When an illegal alien commits a crime, any crime, mass media ignores it entirely. It doesn't fit the narrative that supports mass immigration and socialism. One of the deadliest, most dangerous gangs in the world is now flourishing on U.S. soil. And they're called on this MS-13. They are prominent in half of the United States. Right now, as you read this, again, you will never hear about this on mainstream media. But it's true. Since 2012, and thanks to Obama's DACA program, over 200 murders have been tied to MS-13, according to the Center for Immigration Studies. The DACA program helped spread crime. But none of that is ever reported on the major networks. In fact, over 500 cases of major crimes are linked to MS-13 gangs. And see, here it is. Conservative values. Alright. Southern Poverty Law Center supports illegal immigrants murdering Americans while opposing conservative values. Now, I'm not really sure what conservative values are. Conservative. And it would suggest the name that you're about conserving things, but what has been conserved? The life of unborn children haven't even been conserved. So how can you call yourself conservatives? A radical leftist group called the Southern Poverty Law Center fully supports the MS-13 gang and has declared our president, Donald Trump, a racist for calling out these guilty murderers. Again, you can't get unbiased news anywhere anymore. But this is a good reason for you to ignore our current gun laws right here. And most other of our laws. And to do what you want. To do what you need to do. Now, I'm not an Aleister Crowley kind of person. I don't believe in doing what you will. But I do believe that we should be acting like we're at war, because we are, and acting as if we have the freedoms guaranteed to us. I saw something else. Where did I see that at? Where did I see that at? Maybe here? Maybe? And by the way, you should not feel sorry for these 800,000 federal employees and the welfare recipients when they do not have any food, because they chose to be welfare recipients and they chose to be fucking government employees. Let me see here. Well, I don't remember where I saw it at, but nonetheless, at some point they're going to be coming after your guns. This is why I encourage you to use the black market. Or build your own. You can order parts, get a 3D printer or a lathe, and cut your own lower receivers out. But you still need a firing pin and all that stuff. One way or another, you should have a way to defend yourself without the government knowing that you have it. These are the last people you want knowing you have weapons. After all, both sides of the aisle have supported legislation after legislation infringing on your Second Amendment rights and mine, which, by the way, are not granted to you by government. These things are natural rights. And the only way these rights can be taken from you is if you allow it, is if you don't pull that trigger when it's time. Hope everyone has a great day. Until next time, kill the state before the state kills you.